Dear student, and previous sessions I was discussing regarding the mathematical modeling of the control system and also the transfer functions of the control system. It may be mechanical system or electrical system. And today's session, I'm going to discuss the important topic of the control system is block diagram and signal flow graph. Both the block diagram and signal flow graph can be used to represent the control system graphically. We know that control system consists of a number of physical components. In control engineering, to show the function performed by each component, we commonly use a diagram called block diagram. Now what is this block diagram? The block diagram of a system is a pictorial representation of the function performed by each component and also the flow of signals. Now, now we shall see what are the important elements of the block diagram. In block diagram, while constructing the block diagram, now what are the important elements used for constructing the block diagram are the block or functional block, and second one is the branch point or take-up point, and next one is the summing point. Now we shall see what is the block or functional block, what is meant by this branch point and summing point. Now this is the symbol for indicating the functional block. The symbol of the functional block is this is the block. So in a block diagram, all the system variables are linked to each other through the functional block. In block diagram, all the system variables can be linked to each other through this particular symbol. And also block is a symbol for, and also this is the block, is a symbol for mathematical operations on the input signal to produce the output signal. Now this is the block indicates is the symbol for mathematical operation on the input signal to produce the output signal. And also here, what is the inside of this block? The transfer function of the component. The transfer function of the various physical components are usually entered inside this particular block. Now, what is the inside? Here transfer function. Usually transfer function is denoted by g of s, and here that is what usually g of s is placed inside this particular blocks of the block diagram. And what is input? Suppose input is the r of s and output is the c of s. The output is the, now it is the not r of s, this is the c of s. Output is called as a c of s and input is the r of s. Now what is the output of the block? The output of the block is nothing but the product of the input into the input into transfer function. It is the product of input. Now what is input? Input c of s is equal to input is r of s into transfer function is g of s. Now this is the c of s value. The output of the block is equal to the product of the input. It is equal to input into transfer function. Now this is the output of the block, the functional block. Output of the functional block is equal to the product of the input and also the transfer function inside the particular block. Now usually if usually this arrow indicates the direction of flow of signals, the arrows are used for connecting the various blocks. Now this is the G1 block, this is the G2 block, and G3 block. This is G3 block. These arrows are used to connecting the various blocks. The arrows are referred as signals. Next element of the block diagram is a branch point or take-up point. Another important element of the block diagram are branch point or take-up point. The branch point or take-up point is a point from which the signal from a block goes concurrently to the other blocks or summing point. Suppose G1 and G2 is a blocks. Here the blocks are connected by arrows. Here in between there is a take-up point or branch point. The branch point is also called as take-up point. From this particular point, the signal from the block goes concurrent to this particular block or some other block. It will goes to the some other block also. Now this is the G3 block, or it may also goes to the summing point also. Now this is the summing point. The signal from the is a point from which the signal from the block goes concurrently to the other blocks, or it may goes to the another summing point or take-up point. I'm going to explain another important element of a block diagram is summing point. Now, what is this summing point? Going to next important element used for constructing the block diagram of a control system is a summing point. Now, what is summing point? Summing points are the used to add two or more signals in the system, and also the small circle. Now, this is the small circle with a cross symbol is used to indicate the summing operation. The plus sign at each arrowhead indicates whether the signal to be added or subtracted. Now this is the symbol. Here, if it is three signal, you say A signal, this is the B signal, this is the C signal. Now what is the output? Here this is the plus, so this is the plus, so this arrowhead here there is a minus. Then what is the output of the signal? Equal to A plus B minus C. Thus, in order to add two or more signals, we go for using the summing point. The summing points are used to add two or more signals in the system. A small circle with a cross symbol is used to indicate the summing operation. Here the plus or minus sign indicate whether the signals are to be added or subtracted. In next, I'm going to discuss in how to construct the block diagram for the given electrical system or armature control DC motors or field control DC motor. I'm going to discuss in next session. In this session, I'm going to discuss what are the rules used for reducing the given block diagram and find the overall gain of a system. Overall, those rules are called as a rules of block diagram algebra. The rules can be discussed now. The block diagram can be reduced to find the overall transfer function of the system, transfer function or overall gain of the system. The rules are framed. In order to reduce the block diagram, we go for using some of the rules. Those rules are called as the rules of block diagram algebra. The rules are framed such that any modification made on the diagram does not alter the input-output relations. If any modification, the rules are here. We go for, in order to reduce the block diagram, we go for using the sum of the some set of rules. Those rules can be used to reduce the block diagram and find the overall gain of the system. Here the rules are framed. While framing the rules such that any modification made on the diagram should not alter the input-output relation. Now, the first rules of block diagram algebra is, the first one is the combine the blocks which are connected in series. These are the blocks. combine the G1 and G2 are the block. These are connected in cascade or series. Now, how I should represent this in a single block? Suppose G1, G2 are connected in series or cascade, then what is the output here? This is the input of the block G1. The output of the block is equal to output of the block is equal to product of the input and the transfer function. G1 and G2 are the transfer function. The output of the block is nothing but the input into the transfer function. The output of the block means what? Output is equal to product of the input into transfer function. Now, what is the output of the block is equal to the output of the block is equal to input into transfer function. This is the standard formula for calculating the output of any block. Therefore, the here G1 is the transfer function. This is the input. A is the input. Therefore, the output is equal to A into G1. Output of the block is equal to A into G1. Now, A into G1 is the input for the block G2. Then what would be the output of the block G2? The input is A into G1 into transfer function is G2. Then A into G1 into G2. Now, this is the output of the block, cascading block. If I input the A, then output of the block is A into G1 into G2. If the blocks are connected in series or cascade, then I should represent this in single block. Single block. And what is the way of representation? And what is the way means? Your input is what is the input? The input is A. Output is A into G1 into G2. Now this is the output. If any modification made on the block diagram should not alter the input-output relation. Therefore, we should here, what is the input here? Input is same, output is same. Then what I should place here? G1 into, in order to get A into G1 and G2. If I place G1 into G2, then you will get A into G1 into G2. If any modification, if I combine the two blocks represented in a single blocks, then I should multiply the corresponding block's transfer function placed in the single block. Now, therefore, the input is A is same, output is also same. Inside the block, we should multiply the transfer function placed in that particular or entered inside this particular block. This is the first rules. The first rule of block diagram algebra. Block diagram of algebra. Suppose if the three blocks, then also we should, if the three blocks are connected in now G1 and G2 and G3, these three blocks are connected in cascade. Now this is the A, this is A into G1, this is A into G1 into G2, output is equal to A into G1 into G3. This can be represented in single block. Inside the block, I should output is equal to what? Output input is A, output is equal to A into G1 into G3, G1 into G2 into G3. Here I should write G3 also A into G1 into G3 here. We should place G1 in order to get this quantity. A is the input. The multiplication transfer function is the A into G2 into G3. The three blocks are connected in cascade. Multiply the corresponding block transfer function placed in the single block. And now I'm going to next explain the next rules of block diagram algebra. Next rules of block diagram. Next rules of block diagram algebra. The next important rules of block diagram algebra is combining the parallel blocks or feed forward path. We should combine if the blocks are connected in parallel. If the blocks are connected in parallel, how to represent in single block. Now, if the blocks are connected in parallel, now suppose R of S is the input of this particular block diagram and output is the C of S. If it is A is the input, now what is the output here? A into G2. Here I should input is A and transfer function is G2. The output is equal to A into G2. Here, what will be the output? A into G1. A into G1. Now, what is the output of the summing point? Here, A into G1 plus A into G2. If I remove the A outside, then G1 plus G2. Now, this is the C of S value. Output of the C of S is equal to A into G1 plus G2. Now, I should represent this in single block. I should represent this in single block. This can be represented by if the blocks are connected in parallel, I should represent in single block. Now, what is the input? R of S is equal to input here A. Output what I should get? A into G1 plus G2. The output is equal to, what is here output? A into G1 plus G2. A into G1 plus G2 is the output. If any modification, if I want to reduce this particular block diagram, then if the blocks are connected in parallel, I should, if any modification made on the diagram should not alter the input and output relation. Suppose A is the input, I should maintain the A here. Output also I should maintain here. Then if I want to reduce in single block, what I should place here transfer function, because input is A is present, then we should, in order to get A into G1 plus G2, we should place here G1 plus G2. Then only you will get the A into G1 plus G2. That is what if I want to reduce the feed forward path. These blocks are called as a, here see this path from these paths are goes towards the output from input side to output side, hence it is called as a feed forward path. The feed forward path. If the blocks are connected and again another one, then we need to add the threes. The blocks are connected in cascade 3 blocks, then we need to again add the corresponding G1, G2. If again suppose G3 is the another block connected in cascade, and here also A into G3, the output is equal to A plus A into G3. As here A into G3, AG1 plus AG2 here plus G3. If I remove the here, then we should place G1 plus G2 plus G3. The blocks are connected in parallel, then we need to add the corresponding transfer function and place it in the single block. This is the important rules of block diagram algebra. Similarly, I'm going to explain the another important rules of block diagram algebra is the moving the branch point ahead of the block. If I move the branch point ahead of the block, if I move the branch point after the block, then what will be the resultant block? Rule 3, important rules of block diagram is moving the branch point or take up point ahead of the block. If this is the suppose G1, G2 are the blocks. G1, G2 are called as the transfer function of the block. Here, this is the take up point before the block G1. I want to move to this after the block. This take up point, I have to move after the block. Then what is the R of S is the output, C of S is the output, and R of S is the input. Suppose R of S value is equal to A, and what will be the here input? Input to the G1 is, therefore output is equal to A into G1. A is the input into product of the transfer function. Input into transfer function is the A into G1. Now similarly, what will be the output? A into G2. This is the here you should get. If I move, what happens? Suppose this is the same diagram. Go for writing here G1. I should write G1. This is the block. Equivalent diagram I should write. Now this is the block. Input is RFS. Value is A. Now this is the G1. Output we should get A into G1, G1. Now this is correct. If I move the take a point here, after the moving this take a point, then what will be the here? G2 is there. Now A into G1. The signal at this particular branch, I should expect A, but here getting A into G1. Therefore, output of the block, I should get A into G2. I must get the here A into G2. But according to this, we will get A into G1 into G2. We get the A into G1 into G2. But here we are having the A into G2 only, we should expect. But if I input the A into G1, then output of the block, this G2 block goes to the A into G1 into G2. In order to G1 into G2, but I should get A into G1 only, A into G2 only, A into this G2 only. Then the corresponding block, this block must be, if this is the block, then what I am doing is here go for here the corresponding this branch. This branch must be multiplied by 1 over this G1. 1 over here, if I place 1 over G1, if I input here, then what will be the output? Now this is the A into G1. The input of this is A into G1. Then output here A into G1. A into G1 is the input, into transfer function is 1 over G1. This G1 and G1 gets cancelled. Therefore, input is A. Therefore, you will get the A into G2 itself. When I move this particular row says that when I want to route the take up point after the block, we should multiply this corresponding block by the 1 over the transfer function of the block. 1 over the transfer function is here G1, G1. If it is G2, G2, G3, G3 should multiply. Then only we'll get the, if any changes made on the diagram should not alter the, if I want to change us, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಟೇಕಪ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ತರ ನಾವು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ A into G1 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು, ಅವಾಗ A into G1 ಮಾಡ್ರೆ A into G1 into G2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಶುಡ್ A into G2 ಇದೇ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 over G1 ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ then A into G1 ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ G1 1 over G1 gets cancelled. A is the input ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗೆ will get the same quantity. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ the rules are framed in such that if any changes made on the diagram should not alter the input-output relation. The next fourth rule is the fourth rules of the rules of block diagram algebra. I'm going to discuss. If I move the branch point ahead of the block ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, after the block, similarly if I move the branch point before the block, if I move the branch point before the block is the next rules of block diagram algebra. The rules of block diagram algebra is moving. If I move the branch point before the block, suppose this is the branch point. If I want to move before the block, then what will be the I should multiply this particular branch. Now after the block I have seen, if I want to move the branch point after the block, I should multiply 1 over G1, corresponding branch point whatever multiplied by the 1 over the transfer function. Here similarly, initially the branch point is ahead of after the block. Present, I want to move before the block. That is the moving the branch point before the block. I want to move. Then what is the, suppose R of S is equal to A is the input and output is equal to A into G1. Similarly, here what I should expect, A into G1 into G2. If I A into G1, here A into G1, same signal appear here. Therefore, input for the block is A into G1. Therefore, A input into transfer function. The output of the block is equal to input into the transfer function. Therefore, input is A into G1, transfer function G2. This is the similarly A into G1 to G2. I should get the same result. If I should represent it this in single block. I should represent it equivalent of single same. If I now what is the here G1 as it is, but I want to move it present. I want to move this breakup point before the block G1. Then what is the R of S is same. A it will not change, but output is also same A into G1. But what will be the here? Suppose as it is, if I write, then what is the, if I write A is the signal, A appear here. Then this is A into G2, A into G2. After the movement of the take-up point before the block, in G2, output of the G2 block is equal to what? The output of the G2 block is equal to, this is the A, therefore A into G2. But I should expect A into, if any changes made on the diagram should not alter the input-output relation. Here also I should get A into G1 into G2. Therefore, we should place here, if I move to this branch point before the block, I should place the corresponding, if I move here, the corresponding blocks, transfer function must be multiplied with this particular block. The corresponding transfer function of the block, this one is multiplied. Then what will be the here? A is the input, this A into G1 is the input. Then you will get A into G1 into G2. You will get answer C, similar answer. If I move the branch point before the block, then the corresponding this particular branch must be multiplied with this transfer function. This is also very important rule. We should remember. These are the rule 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to discuss the basics of the block diagram. What is block diagram, and what are the elements of the block diagram, and also what are the rules used for reducing the block diagram and find the overall gain of the given system. In this particular session, and remaining rules of block diagram algebra can be discussed in next session. Thank you for listening.